So good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the fifth online masterclass by JCOM, our jewelry e-commerce group. I am Deepak Tulsian, a jewelry e-commerce consultant and founder of Mywisdomlane.com. I would like to thank all of you for joining today's webinar on transforming jewelry e-commerce with AI. The objective of this webinar is to help jewelers redefine the online shopping experience for their customers. I'm thankful to our speaker, Mr. Vinod Subramanian, co-founder of Vivru, for taking time out to educate us on how AI-powered platform can turn casual browsers into lifelong customers. So before I invite Mr. Vinod to present, let me quickly introduce him. So Mr. Vinod is co-founder of Vivru, an innovative AI instrument for product content creation and optimization. His mission is to transform e-commerce experiences and achieve quantum increase in ROI for clients. I'll just quickly share my discussion with Vinod before this meeting started. I was asking him why and how he got into AI applications. So he mentioned he has spent considerable number of years into advertising and marketing space, and he has seen big corporates spending millions of dollars on advertising. But in the online space, after the advertising, when the customer actually comes to the website, it is the product page which is most important, and that's where the investment is very less. So what happens is you have created all the excitement and awareness about your brand, you bring in the customers to the product page, but that's where they drop. So that was his inspiration why he started this AI driven product which helps you enhance the content and optimize your product pages. So he's also a global marketing leader. He spent 20 plus years in India, London, and led teams across 50 plus markets. He's a former marketing and communications leader at Didi and Huawei. He's a seasoned advertising professional, business lead for Nokia in the past, and he's active with a lot of industry bodies, spoken at awards, and he's passionate about education. He's an advisor to MIT WPU Pune in India. So with this, may I now invite Mr. Vinod to kindly take us through his presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, everyone. Good morning, and trust everyone could hear me. Please bear with me. I'll pull the screen. Let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes, we can. And I would quickly request everyone to kindly put yourself on mute. In case of any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box, and we would take it up at the end of the presentation.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Deepak, and thank you, everyone, for joining the call. I'd really appreciate everyone taking time on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning to take this call. So we really thank you for that first. So we are Vivru, and so we are all about data-driven product content creation. So the presentation per se won't take a lot of time, because I just want to keep it as interactive as possible. Therefore, we will leave as much time as possible for questions and sort of answers. But as we'll obviously go through, the product pages, which I call as the neglected gold mine. What are the various sort of challenges, then what really happens, and what are the solutions that we at Vivru are providing, with some live examples here. So first thing, like Deepak said, right, one thing, having spent over 20 years in advertising, one thing we always, tell our clients is, all the promises that you make in your advertising don't get fulfilled in the landing page. People spend millions, with some people have celebrities. You might have different campaigns for your jewelry, some Diwali campaign, wedding season campaign. You might have some other campaigns which are there, a Christmas campaign, Valentine's campaign, so on and so forth. You might be promoting that on Instagram. You might be having press advertisements, magazines, and all of that. But when you come to your web page, and the role of the web page in e-commerce might be different for each one of you, because each one of you are in different stages of your journey with regard to e-commerce, because I think all of you are here because you all believe that there is potential with e-commerce. But for some of you, you might be selling actively through e-commerce. For others, it might be more about the brand presence. You might want people to first come into the e-commerce site, look at the products, and then actually walk into the store. So, your jewelry, each one of you, the jewelry, whatever it is, whether it is, really expensive, fine jewelry, or whether it's sort of casual wear, etc., the products are crafted. There's so much effort that goes into the products. They're crafted so beautifully, and they look absolutely stunning. But the same reflection of that does not necessarily happen when it comes to the product pages online. And I'll also show you some live sort of examples, right? And the one thing that I think everybody should remember is you're not alone. This is, an industry-wide problem. And this is, not just across the jewelry sector, but this is across all sectors. And there are valid reasons for it, right? Because you as a business, you're running businesses. Ultimately, your job is to be profitable. Because, every business, that's the ultimate motive, right? So if you were to, and in the jewelry market especially, there are lots of SKUs, there are lots of products. Like you will have at least 500,000. Some of the larger players even have 20, 30,000 products, etc. Imagine if you were to create content for all these products. One is it's as it is difficult to keep all these products in the store. Then you'll have to keep doing your online advertising campaigns, etc. And then you have to have these products on your website, every product on your website. So to have all these products on the website, to give information about them, etc., it's a time-consuming job. It costs a lot of time, and it costs also a lot of effort to do this. So, and time is money, right? So I think that is one of the main reasons you'd say that, okay, I just have one image of this product, so I'll just put that image and I'll just put some 2, 3 lines saying, how many grams it is, or if it's diamonds, how many carat this is, and just sort of leave it at that. And e-commerce, also, what happens is when it comes to e-commerce, people think that the website and all is a very technical thing. Therefore, we just leave it to either we set up a Shopify website and just do what Shopify says, or whatever platform. Some people might have custom development website, so whatever the agency says, we just upload the content and leave it there. And also we should remember that the website, like I was just telling Deepak, I recently bought a ring for my wife. Different people can buy the same ring for different reasons. Some people might buy it for, say an engagement. Some people might buy it for their anniversary. Some people might just buy it because for their birthday or whatever. But when it comes to the website, and you might be communicating all this information in your, Instagram or whatever channels are. But when it comes to the website, it is the same standard one page for everybody. There is no aspect around personalization, etc. It's like a vanilla content. So, and this is the primary problem that we try to solve here at Weaver. We believe that we come and solve the content problem. And this is also because the jewelry market in India is expanding rapidly, right? And this is poised for huge growth. And like I said, today it might not be all online, and it's not necessary for it to be all online now. But people want to research online. They want to get a feel how things are, learn more about the product, etc. And then they might walk sort of into the store also. So I think in the long, as we go in the next couple of years, this market is set to go exponentially. You already see the big players now. We've even heard Aditya Birla Group wants to enter the jewelry space. So it's a huge market with lots of potential. And we believe that shoppers need, and especially with jewelry, right? They just need more than product descriptions and one imagery. If you're buying a jewelry, it's like 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees, or minimum. At like gold is expensive these days. I mean, it's even more expensive. These jewelry, they need to see more than descriptions. And research says that time and again, people want to know dimensions of jewelry, how big it is, if it's a neck, if it's a piece of necklace, etc. And if you look at it, are you conveying all of this effectively? You might be saying dimensions 20 centimeter by 15 centimeter by 3 centimeter, etc. But does it actually convey how big the aspect the jewelry is? Or lifestyle, right? People wear jewelry. And here you are in the website or the e-commerce page where you've just shown a single product shot, and people want to see themselves in the jewelry. And obviously not all of you might have the money to do a shoot for every product of yours. That's an expensive process. So being seen as part of lifestyle is very, very important. Almost everybody who buy a piece of jewelry, not just jewelry, most products, they want to see it. If they buy a handbag, they want to see it as part of lifestyle. If they buy a shop, it's like, if any product, if they buy a piece of shirt, they want to see it as part of lifestyle. So it's important that's seen as part of lifestyle. And you know other than that, specific product information, right? Like, so if it's gold purity, aspects, so these stuff are often hidden in the text. These are not necessarily brought out, and I'll show you how, because most people who we see who are working, be it in the jewelry space or be it in other spaces, they use standard templatized sort of e-commerce, either Shopify websites or WooCommerce or Salesforce or Magento or whatever. They just drop down the information in a standard templatized way. So they don't go into details of specifics. They don't bring things to life with regard to bringing it with iconography, etc. And that is exactly the problem that we are solving. And like they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So I'm going to show you a couple of live examples after we go through the next couple of slides to see how things sort of change. So what we essentially do, this is an example where typically we take, as a jeweler, as a retailer, you have some basic information about your product. Imagine this piece of jewelry is worth 6.5 lakhs, right? And all they have is one single image, and they have 3-4 lines of text around what the product is. When you're buying, even if you are exploring, even though ultimately you go to the store, will this alone invoke the necessary emotion for you to spend time on this page and to buy a product? Forget 6.5 lakhs, even if it's 5,000 rupees, even if it's 10,000 rupees, that's not going to happen. So like I said, we understand this is how most e-commerce websites are. So what we do is, using the technology, our proprietary technology that we have, we take the imagery which you have. If you have less imagery, we try and enhance it using computer vision. We use sort of tools, a lot of tools like Adobe Firefly, etc., which are a lot more expensive. Then we use, obviously, some amount of generative AI to enhance the text which is there. And we use all the metadata and the descriptions which are already there in your website and enhance it from what you see on the left to a beautiful looking product page, which is what you see on the right. Essentially, it's not that the client has not given us any additional information. It's essentially the same information, but we take that and enhance that. So we first introduce, the brand. Then we talk about why this piece of jewelry is beautiful. Then we talk about specific aspects. The same one image, we are able to show it in 5, 10 different ways. If we are able to show the size much more clearly, we're able to build an iconography, which is extremely sort of important. If you have some influencers or anybody images that you have separately outside on Instagram, or if you are doing a shoot which is not captured on the website, if there are images available, if you want to give that, we can incorporate that. So really bring this page to life. And the beauty is, this we are able to do without you not having to do one single piece of tech development at your end. And we are able to do this at scale. So not one product, not two products. We are able to do 500,000 products in a matter of a couple of weeks. Otherwise, what will happen is this is a page. Imagine this is a page on your website, right? This page first has to be designed by your agency or your designer, etc. Once it is sort of designed, then you'll have to give to the website team and the developers. They will have to then upload it onto the website. They will upload it as an image. They will not upload it as an HTML. If it's not uploaded as an HTML, then Google will not be able to crawl it and index it, etc. So that's essentially what we do in a nutshell. And the most important thing is whatever that we do is works across all devices. So mobile, tablet, laptop, it's auto responsive. And like I said, it is SEO friendly. And these again are examples as to how you can enrich the content with limited sort of information which is available, because this is what will make the shopper come when they've come on the website. Because if you look at the website, as it is, I don't know how much effort you're doing to spend to get traffic on your website, and out of 100 people who come, if not even two people end up buying the product, because they come and if you look at bounce rates for your website, most bounce rates will be on the higher side, and that is because people are not finding what they want. So if you give enriched information, then the time that people spend on the website will increase. If the time that they spend increase, it'll increase your add to cart and it'll increase your sales. And we can tell you, because we've got a testing platform which is built in as part of our solution, we can exactly tell you what is the increase in your add to cart and sales that you've achieved. And this is because it's e-commerce. You can also check it yourself because of the enhanced content that you have. I'm going to show you the live examples, but before that, Kirtilal's is a jewelry brand. I'm sure most of you would have heard the client that we work with. This, in fact, I'll pull the live example right away. So this is somebody who we work with. Give me a second when I move to the website and sort of show you the live example, because that's much better. Can you see the screen now of the Kirtilal's website?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So this is a website, and this is how most, and this is not just with Kirtilal. You go to Candir, which will also be similar. You go to the large ones or the small ones, the story is the same, right? Expensive piece of jewelry. So it comes here in dollars because I'm dialing in from the UK now, but it'll be obviously in rupees if you go in India. So you've got description, product story, and some price breakdown. That's it. You don't have anything else. It's such a beautiful piece of jewelry, and information that is provided on the website extremely limited, right? So this is a live page. It's live. The product is live on the website. So we've taken this information, and enhanced it. The client. So from here that you see is our content, which is flowing seamlessly on the Kirtilal website. So they had the model, but they didn't have the piece of necklace on the model. So we use our computer vision techniques to include the jewelry. Therefore, it becomes like you don't need to shoot every piece of jewelry. You can just have standard shots of 2 or 3, and then we can ensure that it gets customized to every model. Then we talk about the product. All this copy is, written by us. And, so we talk about how this piece is luxury and timeless piece. They talk about the delivery time. They talk about individual aspects of the product, purity, the weight. All of this is our content. And if you can see, it's all HTML. And we also talk about Kirtilal's as a reputed brand, some aspects around the brand, and how if they have other brand images or campaign images, we can include that. And the beauty is every product that we do will be unique to that product. So the Kirtilal's obviously an expensive product, expensive piece of jewelry, over 2 lakhs here. But another client that we work with, it's a startup, it's a jewelry startup. It's called Noname Jewelries. And again, they had like just one single piece here of imagery, and this again some description here and materials. So we are able to take that information, and this is our content which is flowing on the website, which so we talk about the product. And remember, this web page is very different from what I showed you for Ketilal, because I think some people might say, listen, I have a brand. I worked in advertising and marketing all my life, right? So if you have a brand, you need to take care of what your brand stands for. So anything that we do is always in sync with what your brand stands for, even though it is about AI, etc. It is important to say that your brand is unique, and we take effort to ensure that the brand aspects are absolutely taken care of. It can be fonts, it can be imagery, it can be logos, etc. So it's not that AI something randomly does it and dumps it out. We make sure that their quality, QA, etc., which is there, and it there is a human touch also, which is there to whatever we do. And another important thing I want to stress is, I don't know if you're selling on Amazon, but we are authorized on Amazon. So if if you're selling on Amazon, if you literally give us your ASINs and saying these are your ASINs, we are able to get you the enhanced content. We are able to create the enhanced content and also upload it for you on Amazon, because we are authorized on Amazon. In fact, this is an Amazon example I just wanted to show you, because and we work with Aditya Birla Group also at a corporate level, at a group level. This is Van Heusen sort of Innovare. This is one of this thing. So typically, this is your standard product page. In Amazon, it's called A plus pages. In Amazon, anything that you see from here is our content, which is flowing on Amazon for them. And this is something that we do across category. So this is sort of Van Heusen. This is a moisturizing cream called Luxaderma, which is again selling in India. Look at this, great product. But again, so much content. Who's going to read all this content? Nobody is going to read any of this. So we take this information, and from here, where you say product description, is our content, which is seamlessly flowing. So be it Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, your website, any e-commerce marketplace, we are able to create this enhanced content for you. High Design is another client we work on. It's a great brand. Again, they had some information and this thing called description and details, because they all follow the template, right? Whether any category, you'll see exactly the same stuff. You're able to take this. They had some lifestyle imagery. We were able to use that. And here you see the same image we've cropped to show different aspects of the product, like highlighted the zip, the color, the pockets, etc. The dimensions. We've got an AI built dimension module. So we sort of build in the dimensions of the bag, responsibility, iconography, all of that. So those are some sort of live examples, that we have. Now I am going to sort of stop share and go back to the presentation, because I think it always helps, to show some live examples. And so that's Kirtilal, again, the responsive version, mobile version of the content, or for Noname, the SEO friendly mobile version of the content. And like I said, we can do this across any platform, across any category. This is, of course, specific to jewelry, but I think it's more important in jewelry because, buying a jewelry is not a rational decision. It is an emotional decision. People buy jewelry for occasions which are dear to them. It's not that they buy a gold bar and keep it. Yes, some people do that, but most of you are retailers, right? People come to buy it. There is a certain amount of emotion, even if they buy it on store, if they see it online, they want to feel good about what they're seeing. So we do this across any of the website templates that you might have. And like I said, the process, right? Rather than you having a content writer, separate designers, graphic designers, then developers to put this in HTML. in the website. In Amazon, of course, the A+ premium page goes as a JPEG, but in website, if you want to put it, and the same content, once we create an Amazon, then we can help you with getting that content. Once we create it for the website, we can help you get that same content in Amazon, in Flipkart, because Flipkart has a completely different procedure compared to Amazon. Myntra has got a different procedure. Tata Click, if you're selling there, has a different procedure. We can get all of that. So it's one easy solution, just working with us to sort of help you get to this journey. And like I said, there is no design required from your end. There's no developer required from your end. All we do is, if it's Amazon, it's just the authorization. Otherwise, if it's the website, we just go into the Google Tag Manager and simply, if it's Shopify, if your website is on Shopify, all we need is what's called as a collaborator access, which is a very simple thing in Shopify. You just give the email and it'll add us. Otherwise, it is just a 5-minute job in terms of integration. And of course, you're able to do this at sort of scale. And the other thing is, if you're running 3-4 campaigns, right? If you go to an agency, a designer, etc., and want to change this for every product, that's going to be expensive. But here in this case, you can obviously do it like we work with some clients. They say, can we change it every time we have a campaign? In fact, for Kirtilal's, what we've also done is, you might have dynamic pricing on your website for jewelry because the price of jewelry keeps changing rapidly. So we can ensure that that is even also incorporated so that any price that we show in the pricing module is also sort of dynamic when it comes to the piece of jewelry. And of course, some of the jewelry examples that I showed, Kirtilal's, etc., is last sort of 1 month, but we've been working with a lot of clients. In fact, for exotic India, which is handicrafts, etc., and idols and all of that, they extensive on website and Amazon. We've done over 2,000 products for them. So for them, when we did the A/B test, they had over a 15% increase in add to cart and additional incremental revenue of close to almost 1 crore. And in terms of ROI, also was significant because they are very much active on Amazon also. And this testing was done across 500 products, but now we've done more than 2,000 products for them. There is Mitchell USA, which is cosmetic brand. Again, here add to cart additional increase was about 12.5% and over 200,000, which was close to 2 lakhs, which was increase in incremental revenue, and ROI was about sort of 7 times. So that is something that we always take great pride in, because when people sort of work with us, it has an impact either on the brand, on the sales, on the actual numbers always. And remember, if it's your e-commerce site, if there is no traffic to your e-commerce site, obviously we can't do magic by creating traffic, because you need to at some point create traffic. But so some people, when they work with us, they'll say that, let's just work for, say, the top 100 brands, top 100 bestsellers that I have on my e-commerce. Or some people just say that, listen, actually my e-commerce is just another version of my product showcase. It is my extension of a brand. I don't see it as a sales channel because I know that jewelry is still nascent in India. So I still want people to come to the store, but I want to use the e-commerce to inspire people, to show them what we have. So different people have different requirements. So that is essentially it from my side. I think it's exactly half an hour. So I'll stop here, and I will be more than sort of happy to take any questions that you have, any doubts, any clarifications that you might have. I'll be sort of happy to answer them.
Thank you, Vinod, for the lovely presentation. It was very useful and insightful. I have received some advanced questions from the audience. I would read them out, and meanwhile,
Sure.
there are more questions. People can drop in the chat box or even raise their hand and ask questions. So one of them is how does one stay authentic while still using AI to connect with their target audience?
See, like I sort of told you, like every product, every brand is unique. Therefore, every piece of content that we create is always true to what you have for your brand. And so that is one. So any brand guidelines, if you have, or any imagery or any fonts, logos, etc., we always incorporate them. And the second thing is, as much as we all talk about AI, if anybody tells you, not just me, that I will use only 100% AI, they're probably fooling you. I don't think none of the AI models are fully evolved to say that you cannot have any human touch. So whenever we start working with anybody, the first step that we do when we start creating, some of the basic structures and the outlines, that process we work with the respective business owner to create those. And also, remember, we use AI here to scale, because I think that is important, right? Because the problem that you have, you can do this manually. You can do this manually, but if you have 1,000 products, 500 products, it's going to take a lot of time and effort. The role of technology is to help you make more efficient. So AI is used to scale. So first we sit with you to understand what your requirements, etc., are. Then we go about creating this for all your products. And when we also ensure that the quality check that happens at the end before anything is obviously any piece of content with any client gets approved by the client. But the quality check that we do is also that process. We've kept it right now as a manual process because it is important to keep that sort of manually. So about 70% of the work that we do will be enhanced and using leveraging technology. But I don't think if anybody tells you they're using 100% AI to do some stuff, because it's not that you just put a couple of words on ChatGPT and ChatGPT will give you text, right? ChatGPT is what is there in the web, in the World Wide Web. It takes the information which is already there. So it's not necessarily all the time sort of true. So we ensure that is why, apart from smaller brands, we are working with Colgate in sort of India. We're working, like I said, Aditya Birla Group, I showed you. We work with Swiss Military Luggages, High Design, etc. And these are brands that they really care about, how they look and feel. Like Colgate is toothpaste. They don't need to work on enhancing these product pages, but they're saying, listen, it's about the brand. It's not about just because people are not going to, it's not, people don't need to think 10 times to buy a piece of toothpaste, right? But they're saying, no, we want the brand to be reflected in the right way in e-commerce. So we always ensure that the authenticity is there in what we do.
Beautifully answered, Vinod. It's not totally 100% tech driven. There's a human touch to ensure the brand nuances are taken care of. So there's a very good question related to this from Nitigya. She's asking, is dynamic revisions to the design possible based on updates to the product?
Yeah, so updates, yes and no. Like I said, for Kitilals, they wanted the pricing revisions because jewelry, the pricing is dynamic. So if in your website it is, because remember, we take the information that you already have on your website, the 3-4 lines and some images or the price details, etc., and then sort of enhance it. So if it's already getting reflected, your pricing updates are getting reflected on the website, we can make sure that that bit is incorporated absolutely dynamically. But right now, when it comes to other revisions, dynamic revisions is something that we sort of don't do because we don't see, because a piece of jewelry, is or any other product, right? There's not a lot of things that can change to that product other than the price on a constant basis. So that's why there has not been a great deal of requirement with the clients that we work with. But having said that, some people say that like we have a Valentine's Day offer for all our products, or we have a separate shoot for Valentine's Day. We just want this thing to be added or replaced instead of the module that you currently have. So in those cases, they typically come to us and we make the changes. But if it's more specifically to pricing, we are able to absolutely do that.
So Vinod, we'll take a couple of more questions. So we'll go
Yeah.
fast. The question is from Swati Tiwari. She says, we
Mhm.
already have our website, imajewels.com, and we already have given the basic details there. What is the process to use Vivru with our website? Can you show us live?
So so basically, can you just type your website on the chat so that I can look at it? So typically, what you would need to do is, if you give me the website and if you tell
I've
me
just typed
that
it. She has
yeah,
written.
cool, yeah, okay, cool. Let me. I'll just pull the website.
Because our imagination of AI is like ChatGPT. You put a question and it spits an answer.
Okay. Well, no. So one second. Okay. So let me just go to one product in the website and okay. I'm going to share the screen again. I've just opened the website. Okay, this is the website, right? So typically, you have so many sort of products within the website. The first thing that you need to tell us is, what are the products that you need us to sort of enhance? Suppose we look at necklaces or something. Typically, here you have, two lovely imagery. Then you have some information about the product. So our content will start flowing from here. Our content will start flowing from here. We will use this information, and if you have separate imagery, we are happy to take that imagery and add that imagery when we develop the content. But our content will flow here. So all you essentially need to tell us is, we'll obviously check with you what platform you built the website. If it's Shopify, it's a simple collaborate access. It's an email which you'll have to authorize at your end so that we are able to push the content. Otherwise, if it's any other platform, we will just give you the instruction, and it'll take sort of 5 to 10 minutes to do that. So once you tell us, okay, I want to enhance the content for, you might want to enhance the content either for the entire website, or you might want to do it for specific categories to begin with, or your most best-selling ones. So you just tell us what they are. You can just give us even the product links. You don't need to give us any further information. If you have additional information which you'd like to incorporate, because sometimes what happens is, which we've always seen, is in website, people put very little information. They might have lots of other information, but because the website team is a different team or an external agency, they put very little information in the website. So, if the information is given to us, we will create the enhanced content and push it live straight to the website. After that, what we call as the tech integration. If you're on Amazon, we can, of course, if the product is listed on Amazon, we can, of course, look at having it in Amazon. Here in this product, this is a much nice example. You've got two images, but again, these stuff which are just purely text, and you just straight away go into the related products. We are definitely able to enhance this. You might want to, this IMA, as a brand, you might have a parent which is, you might have rich heritage which you want to include about the particular product. You might want to talk about the craftsmanships, etc., which we can absolutely sort of do. So I
So
think
the
that's the
brand, yeah.
the
So
brand literally needs to give us which are the products. These are the list of 50 products or 500 products that we need to be enhanced. And once they give us that, and of course, if they have anything additional, which they believe is not there in the website already, they can give us that piece of content separately, because that's what we've noticed from the past, from our experience, that brands have a lot more information, but for some reason it is not in the website because of challenges. So they just give the information and we push the content. Sort of, we'll obviously work out you know first, because obviously the structure that we will have for earring might differ from a bracelet, because it's a different product. You might want to show different aspects, different hand crops, etc. for a bracelet. So we might, so if you're saying I want it across earrings, bracelets, and brooches, we might have three different sets, which we will sort of share with you, and saying this is how the broad structure will look like, etc. Then we will start customizing it for every single product using the technology. So in terms of effort from your side, it's very minimal. So you literally have to give us only these are the products I want enhanced. And if you're on Shopify, that's the easiest because it's a collaborator access. But even if you're on WooCommerce, Wix, Magento, etc., it's literally a 5 to 10 minute job, where any website has something called as a GTM, which is a Google Tag Manager by default. So literally put the two-line JavaScript that we have on the GTM, and it is sort of done. Nothing more than that at all. And once this content is created on your website, suppose you say that, okay, I want this content, in Amazon or any other channel you're selling, we are able to do that 100%.
Yeah, great. So we have a couple of more questions. Another question, this is very interesting. It says, is there a language barrier? Like, will I be able to create content in Tamil? That's, regionalization. If that can be done using AI, I think it could become even more powerful.
See, I think no, that's a great question. We have. Can it be done in languages? Absolutely, 100%. It can be done in languages. Having said that, have I done Tamil right now? I'm Tamilian myself. Have we done Tamil right now? Not yet. But yes, the AI models that we have for language translation currently operate to a 99% accuracy. So languages are 100% possible. We can do test cases. If your website supports the language, we can absolutely sort of look at that and see. But there's no reason, because we've done work in French, we've done work in German, Italian, etc. And so languages are 100% possible. It's just that in India, with obviously so many languages across every different state, I don't know how many, of you have websites in so many different languages. If there is a need for languages, we can definitely look at that. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Vinod. So there's another question from Ms. Ruhi Chopra. She's from Mumbai. We are also looking to optimize our website and want our customers to have a AR experience. I believe it is augmented reality. Can you help us with the same? She has also provided the website link.
See, if you have an AR, I'll have a look at the website, but if you have an AR experience already, we are able to integrate the AR experience into this. But do we create the AR experience? I don't believe we are specialists in creating the AR experience, but we can always look at partners to work with to have the AR experience created. But we are not specialists. I think I'll also have to be honest in saying what we can do, as like, can we create the AR experience? As Vivaru, we don't create the AR experience. Can we integrate the AR experience seamlessly into the product page? Absolutely. We can integrate the AR experience. Can we help you get the AR experience? Obviously, we can speak to our partners, because we have partners in this space. We can speak to the partners and help you do that. Yeah.
I think there are some more similar requirements. People who are keen to upgrade their website, they have shared the links. Maybe Vinod, you can drop in your coordinates some point during the meeting so that they can reach out to you directly.
Yeah. That is my email ID, vinod@vivaroot.com. If it's easier, you can add me on WhatsApp. So I'm based here in the UK, but I'm in India at least every other month. I'm there. Most of our team who works on it is also based in India, and so yeah. How can I maintain this? Yeah, no, this is a great question, Yogesh. I just saw your question on the speed. So one, like I told you, we've been working with all these clients, and I can guarantee you there will be no impact on loading speed um, when you have the enhanced content. No, it's in fact when Aditya Birla Group and all we started working, we demonstrated with them, because you can imagine they have tech teams with thousands of people. We demonstrated that there is no affect the loading speeds which are there. If it was there, say Amazon, for example, right? Let's take Amazon as an example here. Amazon are the pioneers when it comes to enhanced content. They call it A plus pages, right? Uh, Amazon actively recommends every brand listed on Amazon to have an A plus page, and Amazon themselves say that having an A plus page increases your sale by 15 to 20%. A plus page is a normal A plus page is in fact only JPEG. JPEG. It's not even this thing. It has no impact to your speed. I can assure that, whether it's in Amazon, whether Flipkart. That is why all of these marketplaces and websites, everybody, they're actively encouraging the brands to have this enhanced content because it helps the consumer. No, absolutely no impact when it comes to speed.
Wonderful. I would read out some questions I received in advance. This question
Right.
is, what is the easiest way to incorporate AI into a small business apart from ChatGPT? So they probably are asking for something freely available
Yeah.
tools which they can
Yeah.
use.
Yeah, see, I think ChatGPT is predominantly sort of text. Of course, DALI, etc., started doing sort of images, etc. There are at least 80, 100 different tools, but all these tools operate sort of independently, right? I think one is having a piece of technology, uh, but two is ensuring that technology actually works for you. So one, as much as we use sort of AI, like tools like Firefly, tools like computer vision, tools like ChatGPT, etc. What we do in our process is we built a machine learning algorithm, which is proprietary to us. Because suppose you're saying that you have 500 products, right? Every product is different. Some product might be pink, some stone might be blue, some stone might be green. Every product has a different configuration, etc. If it is say a piece of a necklace, where the necklace falls in the where you might have the stone or something, that is very different to the top of the necklace, the individual works of the necklace. So our machine learning algorithm, apart from the tools, will be able to identify what aspects of the product. It'll identify, okay, this is where the stone is, this is where the strap of the necklace is, or this is where the back of the ring is, this is where the inside of the ring is, etc., to sort of actually pinpoint to that particular area. So, and then sort of scale it. So then once the machine learning pinpoints that, then we can use techniques like computer vision, etc., which are sort of AI tools, to then leverage that technology. But you still have to write the algorithm. One is having all these AI tools which are there, which will spill out an output, but ensuring that output, going back to the first question, stays authentic to your brand, because there's no point taking something and randomly strapping it, right? So stays authentic. I think that involves some amount of, that is where, I think the next evolution of AI is going, right? It's not just having these models randomly and using it. Yes, of course, you can use some of these models for, suppose you're writing an email, or suppose you want to write social media posts. etc. Or suppose you want creative headlines, etc. Of course, ChatGPT, etc., can be a very good tool to do some of those. But to ensure that you're able to do this for 500 products and stay true to that product, I think that's where you need to go into beyond the AI, into machine learning, etc., to achieve that.
Okay. Vinod, we have one more question in the chat box from Shweta
Yeah.
Pathak. She says, I'm a designer-based brand with limited products, though very high value. How to decide how much to spend on website promotion, augmented reality?
See, no, I think this is a very good question, right? So, see, I think if you're all about high value, right, I think it's it's very much a lifestyle aspect. Then clearly, when it comes to your products, you want to be there purely in lifestyle channels, right? A standard vanilla advertising that if you do in terms of a simple Google promotion, etc., might not necessarily work for you. I think you must sort of obviously go in for channels that exude lifestyle. Obviously, I'm sure you're doing maybe a lot of work on Instagram to direct traffic to your sort of website. You can definitely bring in use sort of influencers, because if it's high value, people want to see it on them and how it looks, because ultimately it's how it looks. Any piece of jewelry is how it looks on you. Second, of course, like you said, you can use sort of AI, and also even within the website, like there is also something called as a standard page, but there is also something called as an enhanced page. So suppose you have three, four images, etc. We are able to, for 5 images of the particular product with people, etc. We are able to create animated GIFs, or a mini 10-second video out of that to bring those images together so that it becomes a lot more engaging. We are able to, of course, like I said, if you have an AR, you're able to integrate the AR on the page. So we are able to, it needs to talk a lot more lifestyle, and the way in which you will conceive the pages in this case will also be like the pages will typically be end to end. Otherwise, if you look at most e-commerce pages, they fall within the dimensions of the Shopify sort of site, etc. But when you have really expensive products, like in Amazon, they call it A plus premium. That's why Amazon also calls it A plus premium. So you will have a premium version of the page, which is created that includes potentially videos. It can include APIs to AR, etc. It will they'll you will play on a lot more emotion and lifestyle, and the promotions will also be completely led by lifestyle channels, vlogs, influencer channels, etc., rather than and it's also going to be a niche product, so you might not want to spend a lot of money on mass media. You might just want to go niche. It's all about targeting and getting it into the right places rather than a complete, whitewash across different channels.
Right. So, Vinod, I think we are running short of time. She has shared the
Yeah,
website link and wants you to take a
sure.
look. Would you spend a
Yeah,
minute and quickly?
yeah, uh, yeah, Akash. Yeah, I will just look at that. Uh, Clearly, right? I think one look at the website, and I can tell you that you're clearly spending money with creating these images. You've got like lovely model shoots,
Can
the
you show us the
products.
website
Yeah,
so that we all
yeah.
can see the visual?
Yes. Uh, um, See, again, this is a super expensive product. Basically, lorem ipsum. This is basically the content which is here is not. Maybe it's a website in progress. The content is there is no content for this product at all. It is it's just they've just filled it with some information that will come later here, which but if you even here it's like that. So I think the content is completely missing
I think it's
for
a
the
new
product.
website in
It's
the
a new
making.
website. That's what I said. It's a website in the making. But imagine, right? Some lovely images, and you've shot extensively with a model. You've got separate product shots also, so we can really, enrich this website with the description and the available information. Maybe I probably picked the wrong category. Maybe some other category. There's more information which is available. Mm, Uh, yeah, no, even here. I think maybe you're still in the process of developing. So stuff like your certifications can be brought to life. If you have the certificate of authenticity, we can bring that to life clearly in the modules. We can highlight aspects of the product as well as the jewelry. For example, this is a necklace, but you've given a ring here. So, maybe there's something complimentary about it, or maybe it's not the right sort of image here. But see, if you look at that, you've got the right stuff. So we can really bring this to life and make this look a lot more interesting. It's because for you, I think for Akarshan, brand is important, right? It's not necessarily about, because people might want to call you, hmm, and or come to your store to buy the jewelry, but you want them to get really excited by looking at the page. Wow, this looks so stunning. So, and right now, you've got the essence. I think as a brand owner, you've done all the homework to do all of this, but this is not reflecting in your website. So the website, there's definitely potential to enhance the website here.
Great. I would
Yeah,
read
yeah.
out one last question before we end to the closure. Who
Yeah.
is the king? This is my personal favorite. Who is the king?
Uh-huh.
Is it the product image or the content? As gold jewelry online business needs to establish the trust, how can we achieve it with the website appearance?
See, I think the product, one is product image, content is, like they always say, right? Content is king, but it's a combination of things, right? You need to have the right imagery. You need to tell it. See, because remember, people don't have all the time to go through 3 paragraphs of description. Visual imagery appeals. Why do all jewelry brands, take the biggest jewelry brands, they have celebrities there, etc.? Why? Because when you see somebody so beautiful wearing a piece of jewelry, you're like, wow, you get inspired. So don't hide. This is not a technology product where things are had to be hidden in description, and it's about horsepower and it's about voltage, etc. Right? It is an emotion. It's a lifestyle product. So you want people to see it. So I think that's very important. So I think definitely lifestyle as alternative to Magento. There's Shopify, there is WooCommerce, there is Wix, etc. It depends on what stage of the business you are in, because we have some clients who are really big who use Salesforce, or some clients who use custom built platforms. But if you are a startup and if you don't have anything more than 2,000, 3,000 products, etc., platforms like WooCommerce, Wix, Shopify, etc., should more than do the job for you, rather than going in for an expensive platform. I would assume Magento is perhaps even more expensive than using Shopify, etc. It depends on the stage of the business, and how evolved you are when it comes to your website and online journey. So there might not be a need for everybody to go in for a Magento. Shopify does just as well, so there's no problem at all, or a Wix or a WooCommerce, etc. Like I said, I've given my details, my email and my mobile number, so you can add me on WhatsApp, and I will be able to happily answer any questions. I look forward whether to help you in your brand, enhance the specific aspects of the brand on the e-commerce side, or help you sell more on e-commerce. We'd be more than willing to work and partner with you. And especially because of Deepak and Mywisdomlane, thank you. And we've got some exclusive offers also. If you reach out based on what your exact requirements are, then I can come back to you with a specific proposal and take it from there. But thank you all for your time, and I hope this was useful. And if you need anything, please get in touch with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinod, once again for patiently answering all the questions. And I hope everyone enjoyed the session. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us in today's webinar and for your active participation. Hope to come back once again with another topic and one more speaker from the topic from this industry. Let me end this meeting with a message. A product page is not just a display, it's a canvas where brands paint their compelling story and customers envision their desires. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day.